I find myself getting lost in the conversation. And even the other night, I was so drunk that there are 3 Jessicas I know very well, and I got them totally confused. And it was so unintentional and so embarrassing. But other than that, it's a pretty good thing.
3 Jessicas that he knows very well, but got confused. You know, and that's exactly, I think, nutshell what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Okay, so we have Chris here. I'm Grace Sherrington coming to you with Austin Lifestyles, brought to you by Texas Coworking and Spring.net. We're here at South by Southwest. Needed to finish that conversation though, so anyways, let's continue again.
Well, I was just going to say, you know, we just held the Coworking Summit over at my clubhouse the other day, and we had a great time. We had a bunch of co-working leaders from around the world come by, including Curtis Dixon. It's not that, it's Dirtis
Kixon?
Gosh darn it. Again, another great guy. I should not butcher his name, and look at me doing that. But no, we had a bunch of great people around talking about how we can collaborate better between the different co-working spaces around the world, and really had some really nice outcomes from that. So we're very lucky.
Like what?
Well, you know, one of the main things is meeting each other in person more like this and just having that exchange of knowledge. The other thing that we really hit upon is actually sharing business practices that help us keep co-working local and sustainable,
right?
So that the smaller guys can there, and that we stick with the values at the heart of what co-working movement was.
Well, you're from San Francisco, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, how did you get involved with co-working there?
Well, actually, so Tara Hunt and Chris Messina are good friends of mine. And in fact, oh gosh, what's the guild? Do you remember the guild? The Writers Guild? I'm screwing up the name again. Imagine that. But anyways, there's actually...
The Guiders Guild.
There's actually one of the original co-working spaces was a bunch of writers, and they were in San Francisco, and they were in a house. And so I read that story. I think Poe Bronson wrote about it maybe 8 years ago. So I was familiar with it for a long time. I thought it was cool. And then when Chris and Tara and everyone came around to start pushing it, got behind it more. And I'm actually now in Citizen Space in San Francisco, and that's where I call home. Yeah.
What do you do?
You know, I was just trying to answer that for somebody, and
it's a horrible question. Really, that's a horrible question.
If I wasn't a square peg, I'd be a creative director in some agency.